Today I want to show you guys how to make a really simple puzzle using Animate. I've got 4 puzzle pieces here and I've got them cut apart, I've got them scripted, so I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end. It's a simple drag and drop puzzle. All the pieces go together, you move them around, you assemble your puzzle, and when you do, you got a perfect photograph. These are my cousin's kids. She has triplets. And when you put the puzzle together, you've got Wyatt, you've got Savannah, and you've got Bo. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a puzzle. The first thing you need to do, we're using 2 different software applications. You're going to use Photoshop, and you're going to use Animate. You're going to start in Photoshop with your picture. Now, I just got one photograph, and it's just on a background layer. And if you look at your toolbar, yours is probably in one little row like this. We're going to find just the regular lasso tool. You're not going to use the magnetic one. You're not going to use the polygon one. Plain old lasso tool. I'm going to draw my first piece by just cutting straight down through the middle here and then making it look like a jigsaw puzzle piece. You know how jigsaw puzzles have those pieces that stick out and loop around. And then I don't need to be terribly careful as I go around the outside edges. I can just swing way out and keep the click down because it will stick right to the side. Now if you look at this, you can see that it's doing a perfectly selected puzzle piece right around here. What you want to do on all these 4 pieces is you want to cut them out of the current image. That way they're not sitting there taking up space when we try to get the second piece. So we're going to go to Edit, Cut, or Control X. And then we're going to create a brand new page to put those onto because each of them is going to be independent. So go to File, New. And I looked and looked and couldn't find a way to make a transparent background, but that's actually going to be okay if you just leave it like it is and create a brand new place to put it. The size is going to be different on every one of them. Right now it's defaulting to the size of the thing that I just cut. The clipboard is the last thing that you've got that's going to paste. So the clipboard size is 522 by 387. Yours is going to be different. Don't sweat it. I'm just going to create this and I'm going to go to Edit, Paste. Edit, Paste, or Control V. And you see how it's just big enough for the piece that I cut out. You see how also I have the layer 1 and the background. I can either hide the background or throw it right in the trash. But either way, I need to keep the transparent background. That's important later when I try to put these together as a puzzle so that I don't have a white box that covers up some portion of the image. So remember, I have tabs. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to get my second piece. So the second piece I'm going to draw the same way I drew the first piece. Go real wide around here and real wide around here. And I don't have to be super careful here anymore either. I can just kind of go straight down. What that's going to do is, since, I've got this white here in the background, it's just going to cut that out along with it, and then I can get rid of that white. So I'm going to go to Edit, Cut, and then I'm going to go to File, New. I'm going to go to Edit, Paste. And if I get rid of my background layer, I still see that white that's sitting there. And that, let me zoom in, is something I can knock out real easily with the magic wand. So if I click it with the magic wand, it should select just that white background. Now, for some reason, if your magic wand is selecting too much of the white background, and it's getting parts of, it's got Savannah's dress there, you can just change the tolerance to a lower number. I put my tolerance to 10, and it just got the white, and I delete that. What you're trying to do is get just that puzzle piece and nothing else. Totally transparent background. This can go in the trash if you want. And you're just going to keep on doing that until you have your 4 puzzle pieces. So if I come down here to their little feet, I can cut this out in much the same way I've been cutting my other puzzle pieces out. I can cut it, Edit, Cut, and go to File, New. I can go to Edit, Paste. All you're trying to do, get rid of this background, is have a transparent background behind every single one of these. And my last piece is really easy to cut out. All I got to do is just draw a big old loop around the piece. And then Edit, Cut, File, New, create it, paste it, Edit, Paste, and throw this background away. take my magic wand and delete that white background. So now I have my 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this one's a little zoomed in. Didn't mean to confuse you. What you have to do at this point is save them. There are 2 file formats that you're going to be able to import into Animate that will keep a transparent background if you use that format. So you're going to go one at a time and go to File, Save As, and this is going to be Puzzle 1. Let's call it Puzzle 1. Put it in my little folder that I made for this. And I'm going to save it as a PNG. PNG, Portable Network Graphic, keeps a transparent background. You can also use CompuServe GIF, keeps a transparent background, but PNG typically has higher quality, so I'm going to use the higher quality thing. So I'm going to go through and save all 4 of those. Puzzle 1, okay. Puzzle 2, PNG. Get 3 and 4 the same way. And then you can close all of these windows. And you don't save the changes to any of them. This obviously is my original photo. When I close it, it says, do you want to save the changes? Well, no, because that's going to get rid of my original photos. So, nope. And when I close each of these, don't bother with it. You've already saved them the way you need to save them. And that's it. I'm done with Photoshop. Now, I'm going to start myself a new Animate file. When I start my new Animate file, we typically have gone to this HTML5 canvas. But we're going to write some action script. And actually, the action script we're going to write, I'm going to show you, is right here. I'm going to put that in my shared folder, and I'm going to put that on my page so you can get to it. But it's really pretty straightforward. It says what you want to do. It says you're going to, with puzzle piece 1, you're going to listen for the mouse to go down. And when that happens, you're going to drag it. And with puzzle piece 1, you're going to listen for the mouse to go up, and that's when you're going to let it go. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to use that script, so I've got to name everything correctly. Puzzle 1, puzzle 2, and so on. And I've got this function to drag it. See, this is pretty straightforward. If you read it, it makes sense, but it's nearly impossible to just assume that you're writing it correctly, so we're going to use this script that's here already. So, in order to write ActionScript, though, and I had this done in the last one for you, you're going to tell Animate that you'd like to start an ActionScript 3.0 document. You normally haven't done that. Normally, you've used this HTML5 canvas, and honestly, if you do that here, it won't work, and you'll get real frustrated at the end. So make sure you go to ActionScript 3.0. And just for reference, I feel like the stage is often pretty small. I like to double this. I don't know how large your photo is, but for my photo, it's probably going to be logical to double it. So just times 2. Doubled my stage size. If I fit that in the window, it still looks just fine. My library is empty. I'm going to import all those things I just made. File, import, import to library. It's in my triplet puzzle here. And open those up. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. What you want to do is turn all of these into movie clips. So this is puzzle 1. Modify, convert to symbol. Puzzle 1, movie clip. Modify, convert to symbol, or you can push F8, whatever makes you happy. And that's a movie clip. I'm pushing F8 now, just to save time. And what I'm doing here too is I'm putting them in kind of jumbled up order. But I do need to name each instance. We've done this before too. Each one has to have an instance name. So this here is puzzle 4, and the instance name also has to be puzzle 4. This here is puzzle 3. The instance, cancel. The instance name also has to be puzzle 3. It's because the script we're writing is going to call for these to have the names that we're putting in here. That's why we're being so specific about it. So there's that. My puzzle pieces are all on this layer. However you want to jumble them up or move them around or get them just exactly how you think you ought to have them. But the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a new layer. You're going to go get that script where I told you it was. It's in the student share folder. It's also on my website, and you're just going to highlight it. And you're going to copy it. And you're going to go back to Animate and open up your ActionScript window. Your ActionScript window you can get by pressing F9. You can get it by clicking on Window and pulling down to Actions. Or you can get it in, well, terribly. It usually is right up there. I'm not finding it. Go to Window and find Actions. It's fine. And you can paste all that text in there. That is your ActionScript. And that's where you're telling puzzle piece 1 what to do when the mouse clicks and when the mouse lets go. Puzzle piece 2, same. And then you're telling it the function it's going to do. You're going to drag this darn object around, and then you're going to let it go. Right? So that's it. That's your ActionScript. You can close that window. And if you want to test it out, test movie or control test right there, or control enter on your keyboard. That brings it up in one of these windows, and you can put the puzzle together and see my cousin's adorable children. Oh, excuse me, I grabbed the wrong piece. See, puzzles are tricky. Let me get Savannah. There she is, feeding her brother. What a sweet girl. And there it is. You've got yourself a puzzle. If you can show me that you put together a puzzle, that is a nice grade for you today.